The road to the NFL was a long one, and it requires intense training in order to succeed. Now, the players have 2 months from the end of their football season to prepare for the NFL Combine training camp. Now, choosing a trainer is a crucial decision that can directly impact how well a player does at the Combine. Dan chose Tony Villani as the man for the job.
Many players will move after their football season to work at specialized training facilities. Tony Villani owns XPE Sports in Delray Beach, Florida, where he trains athletes preparing for the Combine.
What I normally do is I try to pick about 10 to 12 guys that I've heard of or that I know athletes that know them, and Dan was one of them.
Well, actually, I met Tony like 2 years ago when he trained Gerard Mayo. And I mean, I saw Gerard at our pro day, and I was very impressed. So I was like, I need to work with that man.
Before the training begins, Dan and Tony have to set goals that he can realistically achieve in 2 months.
With Dan, our goal is honestly to be one of the biggest defensive tackles. Most tackles are trying to weigh 300. We want him to be 325. So what Dan's preparing for now is he's got to be a 320 to 25 pound guy, but now can sprint 40 yards like a 180-pound guy. So that's not what his body's used to.
I mean, I want to be the fastest D tackle, you know, at the combine. You know, I mean, do good in drills. I mean, run the fastest 40. I mean, it's possible. I mean, at my size.
We want him to be bigger than all the other guys, and we don't want those guys to beat him at anything. And that's hard to do. So now we're really training Dan for speed and agility, and not for football.
Part of Tony's training methodology is to put his athletes on a very strict schedule.
We have 3 workouts set up every day. And now the important thing is when you're trying to get a guy like Dan in peak shape is you got to do as much as you can with them, but make sure you're not getting them overtired for the next day. So normally they have a morning session, then they have an afternoon session, then they have a nighttime recovery session or extra cardio session. That's the last one.
Extra cardio sessions and prepared meals are aimed at helping Dan meet another goal, losing 10 pounds.
I have a nutritionist, you know, who gives me meals, and you know, me being a big guy, you know, I don't say you have a weight problem, but you know, making sure I keep my weight down.
Dan was joined in Florida by 4 other former Vols, including Eric Berry, Vladimir Richards, and Rico McCoy. Tony's now training 21 athletes for this upcoming draft.
So once a week, we all get in a big group of about 20 to 25, and everybody works out together because they got to get used to, hey, come over here and do this drill. They got to be able to do a drill real quick and then learn how to rest and watch people.
A little more. Come on, give me 2 more. 7, come on. 8.
I mean, these guys, I mean, really no different than me. We all trying to achieve the same thing, but we push each other, and I mean, we know we're here to go. You know, try to be the best athlete possible. You know, be the best in our position.
Tony says Dan's work ethic and demeanor set him apart from his other competitors.
He is a mean football player, but I mean, he's a very, I don't want to say mild-mannered, maybe polite when he's training. I train a lot of ultimate fighters, and the guys that are your baddest guys in the world are normally your nicest because they're not scared of anybody. And that's how I kind of equate Dan to. He doesn't have to scream loud when he's lifting weights or try to draw attention to himself. He's one of the baddest guys in the room, so he just keeps to himself and does his work.
Because of his ability to produce results, many players he trains for the draft return during their NFL offseason. He hopes this will also be the case with Dan.
First thing he's got to do is go to Indianapolis and do great, or he'll never want to listen to me again. Football players are definitely ones that train the hardest, just because of the whole guaranteed contract. So baseball and basketball, when they sign their big deal, they don't have to play well and they get the rest of their money. A football player, when he signs his big deal, he even works harder to keep his money because he can get cut at any time and not get that money.
Tony's confident that his training will fully prepare Dan for the physical demands of the Combine.
I've been doing this on my own for 7 years. So every year we offer more and more stuff, but the results have never changed. I want to be in charge of everything that they do. Honestly, it doesn't matter how good Dan works out with me here. It doesn't matter. It matters how he does on that one morning after 4 days of being up all day in Indianapolis in the cold zone. I don't want to take the credit if they do well. I want them to have the credit, but I'll accept the blame.
Dan realizes the importance his Combine training can have on his future and is determined to put in the effort needed to succeed.
If I continue to work hard every day and just keep myself motivated and just keep my head straight, I know 8 weeks will be enough. You know, keep what my goal is in mind. You know, trying to be the highest pick possible. So I know I had to put in a lot of hard work, and every time you wake up, make sure you work hard every day. I mean, I always try to make myself better each and every day.